So my name is Gatehi Mwaniki. I am a director and filmmaker, videographer, photographer, a plethora of things. Okay, so what sparked my interest in filmmaking and cinematography is basically having a history of being around imaging technology. My father back in the day used to have a film camera, an SLR film camera. He also had a VHS tape camera, and basically growing up would be exposed to all these imaging technologies, some disposable film cameras. So that got me interested in just cameras in general. And then getting into my A-levels, going to school now, people who come to school, cameras and stuff like that. I had an opportunity to tinker with them, take some photos at certain school events and stuff like that. And then getting into university, I started seeing a lot of filmmakers popping up on YouTube from the States. People who would make a bunch of short films, then start posting their BTS, and over time I just consumed that content. And then the channel Film Riot came along, and their content was really interesting, and it involved basically filmmaking on a small scale. So like how you can make like a really nice looking short film or movie, but with just minimal resources. And that got me really interested, and I got a bunch of friends back in uni, and we shot our first short film back in, I believe it was 2013. And it was just basically following the principles that we're just learning online, and we're just winging it at that point. But we had the most amount of fun. So, yeah. So when planning a film, my initial process is to look at the script or any other piece of written medium and try and turn it into something visual on a storyboard or a mood board. This way it helps move the project from being just an idea into something that is actually a vision. And what I usually do is whenever I look at a script, I get just images in my mind about how I'm reading. Whether it's like a scene just pops up in my mind, whether it's exterior, interior, stuff like that. And I take those images in my mind and I try and put them down in a storyboard or a mood board that can make sense to now push the project forward into now what kind of lighting do we need, what kind of set design do we need, outfitting and all that stuff. So it goes from getting a script and just visualizing that script onto a storyboard. So during production, cinematographers collaborate fairly little with actors. The most interaction you have between actors and the crew members is between them and the director. What you'd have between the cinematographer and the actors is maybe them in terms of positioning and framing, and maybe suggesting positions in the shot, but at the end of the day, the director is the one who will do what's called staging. It's basically telling them where to start their positions and how they're going to end and what they're going to say and all that stuff. Cinematographer maybe is just going to use light meters, check the exposure values and all that, but even then that might be done by the DOP. But cinematographer may be just suggesting like the framing, what kind of shots to do, whether it's a wide shot, a telephoto, what lens and all that stuff, but very little interaction with the actors themselves. Okay, so when it comes to shot selection, the cinematographer has a bit of a say in terms of what we influenced in comparison to the director, but the director basically has the final say in what they're going to shoot. What the cinematographer does is maybe suggest to the director what kind of frame that they can use, and basically just advising the director at that point. But he'll arrive on set and maybe say, oh, we can start the shot on this side of the set, move it all the way this way, maybe we'll go in tighter over here, maybe we'll have a wide shot in this scene, maybe we'll do a drone pass through over here, so that he can suggest a lot of that. and it's just basically it's collaborative. It's not who gets to say what sticks. It's more so just, cinematographer comes in, suggests we do this and this, and the director is usually just like, oh yeah, I like that idea, we can move forward with it. But sometimes the director comes in and is like, I want the shot here. And at that point, if the director wants a shot there, he'll get the shot there, so yeah. So the advice I can give to a cinematography student getting to the filmmaking industry is to try and be as present as possible on different sets. Whether it's just pro bono, whether it's just to learn, being on set and learning practically is one of the best things that you can do. Try and just find film festivals to attend, find directors or cinematographers, or even just anyone that would need assistance on a set, just to go and see and learn practically from a set that's actually happening. And also just be basically an information sponge, basically ready to learn as much as you can on set. A lot of things are very technical and happen very, very fast. So you have to be very, very observant if you want to learn on the practical side of things. And then, just like I said, attend as many film festivals as you can to just meet people in the industry, because if you don't meet people in the industry and you don't have those connections, then it's going to be hard for you to find work. Individuals who've had the greatest impact on my cinematography journey would start off with the people I learned from on YouTube. Like I said earlier, was Film Riot. They were the first ones that I started consuming, basically behind the scenes film content and informative content on filmmaking. And they had a lot of behind the scenes basics of filmmaking and cinematography and how to frame your shots and what lenses to use and all that stuff. So a lot of the basic and core cinematography aspects came from them. And then after that, we had another group coming called Corridor Digital, and they basically focus more on VFX and practical effects and incorporating now cinematography into now making something that's a bit more visually interesting. And then now when I started my career, for a long time I was just working off that YouTube university knowledge. And then I started working with people in the industry who are actually specializing in stuff like being gaffers and being cinematographers and DOPs, and basically learn from them. And now the gaffer that I work with the most, he's called Greg. I learn a lot from him in terms of lighting and basically how to work to get a certain look that you want, especially using lighting. And so it's basically elevated my work from oh, that's just an okay looking video to wow, that's something really nice. So the films that I'd recommend that have quite exceptional cinematography initially would be Saving Private Ryan, because that's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it has basically some of the best cinematography I've ever seen on screen. My second one would be Dunkirk. Has some really beautiful shots and some of the most interesting framing and timing of sequences that I've ever seen, and also the use of sound in collaboration with the visuals to just give a build to all the tension and stuff like that. Third would be 1917, which was kind of filmed as a one take, but they did have cuts hidden here and there. But when pieced together, it becomes a one take movie. And the way it's shot is just really, really beautiful. How they distinguish between when to have a wide shot, when to go in up close to have more emotion, and then back to wide to show the action and intensity of a scene. And the fact that they were able to achieve something that looked like a journey from start to finish was very, very impressive. People can find my work on several platforms. I have a website, which is GatehiMwaniki.com. I have a YouTube channel, which is also Gatehi Mwaniki. And you can find my short films there, you can find my YouTube videos there, you can find all the work that I've done in terms of music videos, documentation work, corporate, and stuff like that. And also my Instagram is just @Gatehi, and you can see some of my snippet work there as well.